Most Python developers know the map function, but almost no one uses it the right way. In this video, I'll show you how map can make your code shorter, cleaner, and faster. And by the end, you will actually enjoy using it. Hi guys, welcome back to the Python series. Today we are diving deep into one of the Python's most underrated built-in function, map. Let's start with a simple example. Imagine you have a list of numbers and you want to double every number. Most people would write a for loop, something like this. Okay? But here's how you can do it in one clean line with map. We can do it with and without using lambda function. Let's see first without lambda how do we get the results using map, and then I'll show an example how do we do that with using lambda functions. Okay? So let me first define a function here, square function, def square, and I'll pass the parameter as x here. Okay, let me scroll it down. So I have created a function name as square, named it as square. I will return x multiplied by x. So this should return square of the number. Now let me just call this function. I'll pass the value as 10 and we'll see. Okay, because I'm running this for the first time in the cell, I need to give the kernel. It will take some time and it will show us the result of square of this number. Okay, so this is what we are doing it for a single number. So see here, it returned the value as result as 100 for 10. 10 square is 100. Okay. So now let's see, I have a list of numbers and I want to apply the same operation for each number. So let me define the list. Numbers is equal to, within a list, I'm giving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. Now I want to print the square of each of the elements of this list. So what I'll do, I'll write a map function. So map function takes two arguments. Okay. First is a function and then a list, and applies the function to every element in the list. Okay, so let me just show you. I'll just give the function name here, which is square, and we defined the square function here in the previous cell, and then I'll pass the iterables, that is the numbers. Okay, so if I run this and show you, it will show me a map here. So map is created. So to see the results, I'll have to create a list on top of this map. So list of, I'll just copy this out. Okay, let me now show you the output. So if we see here, it gives the output as 1496. So it's just making square of each of the elements or each of the number within this list. So easy, right? Now let's see how we implement the same operation with using lambda function. Okay, lambda with map. So lambda with map. I'll create the same, I'll use the same number list here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then I'll write a map function. Within this, I'll give the function first. So function is nothing but my lambda function here. I am writing x as that x multiplied by x, comma, numbers. Okay. So I'm passing the lambda function here and then the iterables. Okay. And I'll have to enclose this with the list. So if I run this, you see the same output? It gives the same result, squaring each of the number in the list elements. Now let's see how we can pass multiple iterables in a map function. Map with multiple iterables. Okay, let me create a list. Numbers 1 is equal to, and I'll pass 1, 2, 3. Another list I'll be creating. Numbers 2 is equal to, I will be passing 4, 5, and 6. Now what I want to do is, I have two lists here. I want to return the result which will say 1 plus 4, 5. So it should return me a list which says 5, 7, and 9. Ideally, add all the numbers in this list. So let me just write the map function map lambda x x comma y. I have two variables here, x, y. So that x plus y. Okay. Now I'll pass both my list, numbers 1 and then numbers 2. Okay, these are the two lists that I'm passing here as my iterables, and I'll enclose this in a list. Now let me assign a variable here, added numbers is equal to this. Okay, I'll just print the added numbers now. Let me execute this and show you the output. So if you see here, it's printing 5, 7, and 9. So this is nothing but it's adding first element of the first list with the first element of the second list, second element of the first list with second element of the second list, similarly for the third element. Now we'll go ahead and see something more useful. So we'll use map function to convert a list of strings to integer. Okay, string to integer. Let me define a string number list here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Suppose I have 4 numbers, but these are in the form of strings, and I want to convert this list of numbers into integers. So integer numbers is equal to, what I'll do, I'll write a map function, and I'll write the int here, str underscore number. Okay. So what this will do is, this is going to convert all the elements in this string number list to integer. Let me enclose this with a list. Okay, and now if I print my int numbers, it should show me the list having all the elements as integer. If you see here, the string number was our input with all the numbers in string, and the output int number, we are getting everything as integer now. Okay, let's go ahead with another example where we convert a lowercase string to uppercase string. Lowercase to uppercase. Okay, so I'll define a list called words. I'll pass some words in lowercase, apple, banana, and then cherry. Okay, this is my list with all the words in lowercase. Now I will create another list called upper words is equal to, I'll create a map function. I'll use a built-in function str.upper. If you see, upper is here, and then I'll pass the list here, words. Okay, let me enclose this with the list, and I'll just print the upper words. Let me execute this and show you. So apple, which was in lowercase, is now converted to uppercase. Similarly, banana and cherry got converted to uppercase. Let's go ahead and see another example where we will be using map with dictionaries or a list of dictionary items. Okay, so I'll define a function def get name and person. Then I'll return person, and from the person, suppose person is a dictionary and it has an element called name. Okay, I want to retrieve the name element from the dictionary. I'll just create a dictionary or maybe a list of dictionary, which I will pass it over this function to iterate over and return me the name element from the dictionary. Okay, so suppose people is my list of dictionary. This is a list, and within this list I will have a dictionary elements, name, and I'm passing it as, suppose, James, and age is another element which I'm passing it as 25. Similarly, let me add another dictionary, name, Alice, age 24, suppose. Okay, missed single quotes here. Okay, so this is how my dictionary looks like, or the list of dictionary. Now let's call the function and pass this list of dictionary. So list map, I will call the function get name, and then I'll pass the list here. Okay, we'll execute this. So this when I'm calling this function getName, it is retrieving the name element from this list of dictionary, and it's retrieving the names if you see James and Alice. So next time you write a for loop, ask yourself, can map do it faster? Chances are it can. If you find this useful, hit the like button and check out the full playlist on Python series, where I break down every Python concept the right way. I'll see you all in the next video where we dive into filter, and trust me, it pairs perfectly with map.